Let me figure out how. Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Can you see me
You're good.
now? Okay, good.
Yep, you're good. Can you see me? Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good. Sorry, like I said,
Okay. All right.
I haven't used Skype in like 3 years. I think the last time I did it was for probably like a job interview.
No, you're good. I understand. I was on Zoom the other day and I couldn't figure it out for nothing. So I just stick with Skype. So I have no clue how to use it.
I have not been on Zoom yet, just because I don't have to use Zoom, obviously, because
Right.
I'm at my job anyways. So like I said, Skype is, it's not new to me, but it's new to me. And so, like right now, I can see you. Well, I can actually see myself, but I can see you. I can actually see your computer. Is that weird?
What do you mean?
I can see your.
Well, I
I
can see you fine. I see me in the right hand corner.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, I can see your computer screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on just a second.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it is? There we go. Can you see me?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
There
That's
we
what
go.
that button does. I never knew what that button did. I never knew
Same.
what that share button meant. So
Well,
I know now.
for everyone. So I could see your whole computer screen. I could see where your battery was at.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. That's cool. Well, thanks for coming back on for a second time. I really
Also,
appreciate it.
real quick on that, when you
Mhm.
hit that, if you ever want to hit that button again, don't, because it freezes the person that you're talking to, and so I see myself like a second after I talk.
Okay. All right. Got you. Got you. I'll make a memory note of that just for
Helpful
that.
tip.
Here we go. So I want to congratulate you. No one's going to know this but me and you, but you were one of the most odd interviews I had because it was one of my very first mistakes that I made as a podcaster because I had two notes, and this was the weird thing.
Did you
I
ever?
had
Okay,
you and I
One question. Did you ever put it out though?
I edited that out. I told myself I'm never going to edit anything out of a podcast. I was just so ashamed and embarrassed for myself that I said, screw it. I may one day just upload it as like a blooper reel or something.
You totally should, because it's gonna go viral. That would literally, like, because I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting with my ex at the time, and I was doing the interview with you, and I heard you, and I'm such an awkward person, like just altogether. And so as soon as you said that, you asked me, you were like, "Oh, so tell me about this new song of yours, like called Oh, I Can't Lie." I was like, I'm talking on the phone to you, and you say this, and I look at him, and I'm like, and I was like, and I muted you. I'm not gonna lie, hand to God, I muted you, and I was like,
Okay. No,
what
go
the?
ahead.
No, I didn't mute you now, but like I muted you at that time, and I was like, what the did
Right.
I? And he was like, I don't know. So I got back on, and I was like, hey, so is this live? I
Let
was
me
like,
explain it from my side.
sheer panic. I like went into sheer panic mode, and I literally looked at him, and I was like, what the do I do? I was like, I was like,
Mm,
and then I was like, hey,
mm.
so real quick, is this live?
Yeah. From my point, this is how it happened. I had you and another, her name was Jessie, on. You were right here on this sheet of paper. Next over was her. And then I was communicating with you two on email at the same time. And you
Yeah.
kind of relatively had the same sort of email, kind of. And I just gotten confused over which one was which. And so when I called you, I had your name as her name and her name as your name.
It was
And so
so
I'm sitting there and
awkward.
I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie. For like a solid 47 seconds, it was so awkward, because
it was
in my mind, like I have extreme ADHD, and so in my mind, I'm thinking, holy shit, has this guy been thinking that he's been talking to the wrong person the whole time? Like he's been just agreeing with me the whole time, and I've just been like feeding him nonsense crap, and like, does he know who I am? I'm like, hold on, wait, he's been talking to the wrong person. Hold on, wait, hold on, we gotta figure this out. Hi, are we live? That's literally what went through my mind.
Well, here's the thing. I knew I wasn't had the wrong person because when you answered the phone, you said, "Hi, you got Jess Paige." That's
Yeah.
how I knew. And then, but the thing was, I was just on the wrong page where I was at. And I was like, "Oh, I know what I did." But good thing we didn't talk about childhood and stuff like that before that mistake had happened,
I
because
mean,
that would have been,
we can do that now. We can do all of that now. I mean, I've got nothing
yeah.
against it. So whatever you want to ask, I am here for it. And again, this is me. So don't get it confused. And I know, I mean, if you,
Well, first,
a lot of people are going to be like, that doesn't look like her. Yes, everyone, this is me. This is my natural hair. I have natural curly hair. This is me. So welcome to it. This is the day that I'm at work, and welcome to the nonsense. So hi.
well, this is my real hair as well. It's kind of a natural curly, not as curly as yours, but
Fantastic. I love it.
so before we get to anything, I really am grateful that you did come on after that awkward scene that we had. I was like, oh, this is never going to go out. This is not going to do anything else. And then here's another thing. We talked about your single, Wasted. What was it? I don't even remember the name of it.
The last one.
I got wasted.
Okay. No, the last one is the one
Okay.
that went. So the last one that we talked about was Easier Than Saying Goodbye. And that actually,
Okay. That's right.
thank you, Jesus, went. I got my first official #1 on female all
Right.
country press radio. So thank you to everyone who called in or messaged or requested or just anything. Like, thank you so much. I want to appreciate, like, I just want to show my appreciation from the bottom of my heart, because without all of y'all doing that, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And so I solely build my career and my status on my fans, and my fans have obviously recuperated that, and they've obviously, like, reciprocated that through my music, and they've given me my first official #1. Am I on every major radio station? No, I am not. But at the same time, I am being played in 42 countries and 11 radio stations across the US right now. So I do want to thank all of my fans and all of those people that are not my fans but did request or did listen and stream and download and buy all of that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, it literally means so much, because without you, I wouldn't be here right now being able to put out this new single, which I am super excited about. And that
Which
new
is I Got
I Got
Wasted.
Wasted. That new single
See,
comes
now this
out.
is where I got confused last time because I remember us talking about it, but for some reason I didn't have it in my notes where it wasn't out yet, and so
Yeah.
it was a whole cluster up
So
of
the
a
thing,
podcast. It was nuts.
when we talked, I had Easier Than Saying Goodbye out. And I was
Right, right.
worked with my new song. Well, then with, I changed jobs. I was working 2 jobs at one time, and then I picked up and I had 3 jobs at one time. And now I have one job with an amazing family that I could not ever thank enough. And they're literally like, they're my own family, honestly. Like literally, these people are my family, and so I can't show my appreciation to them enough, honestly, not only for who they are but what they've done for me thus far. Just welcoming me into their home, but just the fact that they're as amazing as they are, just as regular people. And so I genuinely love these people, and I hope that one day that if they ever watch this, they understand how much I am and how grateful I am for them. So I just want to say that. But also at the same time, um, I was starting this new song. I started this song in a different direction. So this song didn't start out the way that I thought it was going to start out. So I started the song out in November, and I was going through some really tough stuff at that time, really, really hard time in my life. Just relationship wise and life wise and career wise, just trying to, figure out what my place was and who I was and what I was supposed to be doing and who I was supposed to be. And then one day, it just kind of hit me. I woke up and I figured out, the fact that not only did I find this amazing job that I have now with the most amazing people, but, I then started finishing the song. When I say I started finishing the song, I started the song back in November, like I said, and I finished the song. So I started the song and I wrote probably the first chorus and a part of the, I wrote the chorus and then a first part of the verse. And then I just set it to the side because of everything. And I was like, you know what? God will tell me what I need to do when I need to do it. It'll come to me. Because my thing is like most of the time I get my inspiration from, obviously all of my songs that I write and the ones that I have out are from life events and things that I've gone through and, personal experiences and stuff like that. And so obviously I write from my heart and I write from a place that I feel others and my fans, not only just my fans, but like other musical intrigued people, like musically intrigued people in general, I feel that they can relate. So I want to write a song that relates to other people, to where it's not just something that I write a song because I'm not going to write a song for someone else just to write a song, just to get a song out there. That's not me. If that's what makes you famous, then I'm sorry. Then I'll be glad doing my own thing over here in my own time, and I'm fine. But I write from what I go through, my experiences, what I feel, what I relate to, and just, literally my life in general. Because I feel like if you write from that level of you, that depth of you, then you project that into your song and the listener can hear that. And then they can relate to that more because they feel that, hey, this person has actually gone through this. They've dealt with this. They know what I'm going through. They feel how I feel. And so I feel like it's more relatable. And so I started the song and then I put it to the side because it was a really rough time. And then I came back to it and I found a good place in my life. And at that moment, when I decided to pick my notebook back up, I literally finished the song in an hour. And so from then on, it just, I sent it off. I went and did, I went and did a scratch vocal. We built this song from the bottom up. Like there was nothing given to us. Like me and this amazing guy that I call my friend Jake Parshall. He's an amazing musician. He plays for Jacob Bryant, but he also plays for someone else that's also famous, but I can't say right now. So,
got you.
But he's an amazing producer as well, and so he did nothing but justify this song. We have steel guitar in this song. We have it's incredible. This song, he actually, and the guy that mixes and masters it is, hours and states away. And I think he said he's in California. And this is what he does. He literally has like a $1.1 million studio in his house. And so he sends this off to him, mixes and masters it, and it comes back to me. And then I get this final product. And as soon as I get it, literally, I am completely blown away by the fact of how amazing it is, because not only did it take so long to make this song, because I wanted, again, I'm not just going to make a song to make a song. I want to make a song that comes from me, but it also can come from someone else. And so that's what's important to me, is that I connect with the listener, the viewer, the music fan, even if they don't like country music, which, because it's the gospel. But that's my thing is, I want to be able to connect with that person, because I feel like that's what music is all about. And I've always said there are two types of people. There are people that hear music and there are people that feel music. And I still believe that. Also, shout out to Hint Water. Please feel free to, sponsor me, because I drink 7 of these a day. And we have 11 cases in the pantry.
So is that like flavored water or what is it? Like I've never heard of it.
Hint water. I know it's weird. You have to buy it off like Amazon, but anyways, it's hint
Oh,
water.
okay.
Yeah, it's non-GMO. There's no calories, no fat, no sodium, no carbohydrates, no sugar, no protein, no nothing. It literally is water flavored. And then some of them have caffeine in them. But then there's some, like literally this is blackberry. There's one that's watermelon. There's peach. There's blood orange.
Gotcha.
There's cherry. There's all kinds of things. So shout out to Hint. Please sponsor me because I drink, again, 7 of these a day. And we have 11 cases in the garage.
Have you ever had those body armors? I am like addicted to those things.
Body armors are good, but body armors have a lot of sugar.
They do. But I think they're kind of like a Powerade, help the electrolytes. So I'd much rather have those than I would have the Powerades, in my opinion.
Well, you know, the thing is, though, is like you're not actually supposed to drink a Powerade or a Gatorade unless you've actually exacerbated energy. Because the main thing in those is your sodium intake and the sugar. So it's putting back the electrolytes and the salt that you've lost through sweating. So that's why they always tell you if you're sick, you're dehydrated, you've been sweating a lot, drink a Powerade or a Gatorade because it puts back a lot of salt in you. So if you drink those and you're not sick or you're not doing anything, that's when you gain water weight because of all the salt.
See, I was told that you drink them the night before, like, for example, my mom does the post office. She does like a mail route. And so she drinks like a body armor or a Powerade the night before because she will obviously dehydrate and get hot the next day. I don't know if that's particularly healthy, but that's just what she does. So I don't know if that's the same thing.
Well,
or if it works that same way.
If she's going to do that, I would counteract it with a bottle of water. It's kind of like if you're drinking and you know you're going to be hungover the next day, you drink up. Like, so my thing for a hangover, if I'm drinking and I know I'm going to be hungover, I drink at least 2 bottles of water and I take 2 Tylenol or 2 ibuprofen. And then at night, if I remember, if I'm good enough, I mix in a, shoot, what is the name of that? It's like body IV or IV fluid or liquid IV. And then there's another one that they buy that I use too, and it's really, really good. It's basically like, also, if you don't have it, just go buy Pedialyte popsicles and drink Pedialyte before you. If you chug a glass of Pedialyte, you're good.
Yeah, so I think last time we were on here, we didn't really talk about your music at all. It was just kind of a chill out talk podcast. But I want to really get into your early life and then your music on this one. So we were just talking about easier than saying goodbye. And what's weird about that is it took a year to complete, which you did it right. But Carrie Underwood had that song on hold for 2.5 years.
Yeah, and so that right there is the funny story. So my co-writer, Tom Worth, wrote that song in 2009. Carrie Underwood then picked that song up for 2.5 years and put it on hold. She picked that song up in, I think, like 2011, and she put it on hold for 2.5 years. And for everyone in here that's watching or going to be watching, let me just explain to you what putting a song on hold means. So let me explain this to you. So as a songwriter, you write a song, and if you're just a songwriter strictly, you're not a singer or anything, you just write songs for other people and you put them out there for them, which is like my producer, Tom, my co-writer, Tom. So he writes, and he's had multiple publishing deals. He's been doing this for 15 years, all this nonsense. And so he wrote the song, like I said, in 2009, and he pitched it to Carrie Underwood. So if you're a songwriter, you write songs and you pitch it to big artists. And if you're with a publishing company, then that publishing company literally hires you on. They give you a publishing deal. And then basically all you do is write for a living. You write songs with other people. You write songs with yourself. You write songs with that publishing deal, like the group that they have. That's all you do is write songs. And so those songs get sent out to famous people, you know, the ones you see on TV or on the radio. They get sent out to up-and-coming artists that are fixing to be famous and that you might see on TV. And so this song, actually, he wrote like I said, he wrote it in 2009, and Carrie Underwood came along in 2011. And I know that might not seem so long ago, but it's also 2020. So
Right.
she came along and she put it on hold for 2.5 years. Now, when a major artist like that comes along, picks up a song and says, you know what, I'm not ready to record it yet, I'm going to put it on hold, especially if they're with a label, which most of the time they're with a label, if they're going to pick up a song and put it on hold, because other, 9 times out of 10, it just doesn't happen. So while that song is on hold with that artist, that song cannot be distributed to anybody else. You can't put that song out there. No one else can buy that song. No one else can record that song. No one else can have anything to do with that song. You're literally just sitting, waiting on that famous artist to decide whether or not they want to cut this song or not. And if they decide they want to cut it, then hell yeah, they cut it and you get all the royalties and all that from it. But if not, and they say, no, I decided I didn't want it, then you just sat on your ass for 2.5 years and you have nothing to show for it.
Right.
And so that's why I love Garth Brooks and Kip Moore, because last time I checked, Garth Brooks kept a song on hold for like 5 years, maybe. I'm possibly wrong, but it was a long time. And he paid that songwriter like 10 grand a year just to hold
Yeah.
the song, because he knew that that song couldn't go anywhere else and that song couldn't do anything else. And so he knew that if he didn't want to cut it now, he might want to cut it next year or the next year after that. But that songwriter was not making any money at all. Just, I mean, it's literally like me drawing on this piece of paper and saying, here, hold this for 3 years. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
it. That's it. So those two people right now, like Garth Brooks and Kip Moore, has done so much for the songwriting community. It's unfathomable.
Right.
He is such an amazing human being. And so that's where we're at with, that. And so yes, Carrie Underwood did have my song on hold for 2.5 years. And then she decided to release it when her label decided to go with the album of, Jesus Take the Wheel, and
Some hearts.
before he cheats and all of that. And so they felt like that song
Mm-hmm.
didn't fit into that CDs or, like EP's demographic. And so they released it back. And then 3.5 years ago, I went in and found it and I heard it. And as soon as I heard it, it was just, it was a song to me that like hit me and it touched me, because it was something that I'd been going through and things that I had dealt with in my life. And, it's just, and as soon, I mean, if anyone listens to it, you can actually feel my emotions when I sing that song. And I've heard that a couple of times. It's not just me saying it, because obviously, like, I hear myself, I don't hear that, but I've heard that. And to me, that's a huge compliment. And I'm very appreciative of that. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool. Like Carrie Underwood had my song on hold for 5 years. So
No, I get it. I think Kip Moore is kind of in the category with a lot of artists, but one in particular, which I think Kip Moore is very underrated, just kind of like Justin Moore. Like they are two great songwriters when they write, and they're two great singers, and they know what they're doing, but they're just not recognized as much as the Luke Combses, Luke Bryans, Blake Sheltons, etc.
well, and I will say this too. I am a huge Dan and Shay fan. Huge Dan and Shay.
Right.
And so I have been going to the CMT Awards and the CMA Awards, every year, twice a year for the last, 3 years, because, I get to go. And so um obviously it's not happening this year, but thanks a lot,
Now
China.
let me ask you a question real quick about that. So you said obviously you get to go. Do you have to reach a certain standard? Like if someone was just come out and say, "Okay, I'm a singer now in Nashville, I can go to
No,
everything."
no.
How does that work?
So it's not like a level. So
Okay.
it's not like and I like, my thing is, and I love and God bless the people that are like, you know what? I hate living in this small town. I'm going to move up to Nashville and be a country singer and I'm going to be famous in 2 years. Yeah, no, honey, sorry. It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not. And I love you to death and I love your effort, and A for effort. But I will tell you the exact same thing that my publicist told me 4 years ago. And my publicist is one of the most well-known publicists in Nashville. And this is what she told me to my face.
Mm-hmm.
You could move up here with the voice of Whitney Houston, but unless you have a substantial social media following of at least hundreds of thousands or at least $500,000, no deal is going to happen.
Right.
That's exactly what my publicist told me.
I had this, and when you say $500,000, that brought me back. I had Victoria Banks on, and she had written a song for Sarah Evans, and it went to like number 3 or something on the charts. And she was talking about, she got like 100 and something grand from it, but then she didn't make nothing off of it because she had been just writing songs for 3 or 4 years. So all that went back into the bank because she had these bills that were due, and she was paying everything off. And so it's a weird.
So basically, so let me explain it. So when you write a song. So I wrote this last song by myself. I wrote I Got Wasted.
Sure.
All right. I also own my own publishing company. Okay. That's your first thing. As an artist coming in here, to any new artist coming in here, you have to understand you are on your own. Okay. Let me make that very clear. People will say they will help you, but all they do is give you advice. And all they do is give you advice on what they have done. Also, when they give you that advice, look at where they are at. First, number one.
Right.
Second, get your register. Obviously, register with BMI, ASCAP, CSAC. Like, I don't care who you register. Register with someone. I'm with BMI, but if you don't register with them, any song you write is free will. And also, for those that don't know coming in and they're like, oh, hey, I wrote this song with me and my friend like 5 years ago. But there were 7, we wrote this at a party and there were 7 other people in the room. Well, those other 7 people are now considered co-writes. So they now get royalties. You don't even have to speak a word in the room. You can literally just be present in the room and you are considered a co-write. So that's why all new artists need to register. Register your name, register your song. Also, I own my own publishing company. You can buy that. You can do that. You can do that online. You can do it. It's not a big deal. It's not hard. I did it myself. I own my own mechanical license. So everything that I write, everything that I put out, everything that I distribute, if someone copyrights it, trademark it, like, if they karaoke it or use a lyric video and I don't know about it, I can sue them. Also, I'm now to the status of when someone goes and plays my videos on YouTube, there's an ad that plays before my video. So that means that YouTube has caught notice, and that's how YouTube gets paid.
Right.
But that's based on someone's status. So but when I started out and I put my first song out, no, I didn't have an ad. But now, if you go watch Easier Than Saying Goodbye, like if we were to pull it up right now, there's going to be an ad that plays before that. And that's because YouTube notices the traffic that comes through and they're like, oh, hey, this is substantial. We need to put an ad on this. Slap it on. They have to watch this. We make money. Then they have to get the video.
But isn't that also YouTube? Isn't it if you have over 1,000 subscribers, you can put ads on any video? Or am I wrong? Because I thought that's how it worked.
Well, I don't see about that. I don't know. I don't really use my YouTube.
Okay.
I don't even think I have I think I may have 250 YouTube people. Not real sure.
Okay.
I don't use my YouTube at all. What I use is my artist Facebook page, my Instagram. And I have a website, but I don't update it as I should. My manager is supposed to update it, but she's been really busy too, so not up to date. But the most thing that you can find, the best thing that you can find anything about me on is going to be my artist Facebook page, which is the official artist page on Facebook, or my Instagram. My Instagram, I post everything too. And I don't use it for like personal use. Obviously, everything is on there for music wise. So.
Or you can just do what I did and do all the freaking research you can for like 3 days on one person and just get overwhelmed and just try to, you're going to know every single thing about them before it even happens. You could also do that, but
And then
you should go to Facebook or something. Yeah, right. So before the lives of managers and being a singer, take me back to Gadsden, Alabama, where you grew up.
Are we allowed to drink on this?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay,
I don't have no rules. What was that, White Claw?
Yes, it is. If we're gonna
I've never had a drink in my life, so I have no clue what beer is good, what alcohol is good.
God bless you. You know what? I wish I had not. I wish I had not. I wish I had
really.
Not. You know what? That's actually,
Why is that?
That's really amazing. Good for you. You know what? Good for you. I'm really proud of you.
It's just my mom had told me she never wanted me to do it, but of course I wanted to do it because everyone else did. Then I seen my dad abuse it, and it was just like, okay, I'm not going to upset my mom any more than she had to have been. So it's just kind of like a mental thing in my head. It's just like, okay, that's not going to happen because I understand the bad things that can happen with it. So
how old are you?
22.
Ah, okay.
That tells a lot, huh?
So you're freshly on the scene. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense then.
So did I look older or younger than what you thought?
No, I mean you look younger obviously than I am, but at the same time I can't pinpoint your age, which I'm really good at. I would have pinpointed you at like 24, 25.
All right. Well, not far off.
And I think it's just because of the beard.
Okay. Well, not even really a beard. It's grows in patches. So it's quarantine. You don't have a barber. Don't have anything to do. So
I wouldn't know. I haven't had my hair cut in 3 years.
really. So is it grow slow or what? Because I know someone that didn't grow their hair for like about a year and a half, 2 years, and it was like almost down to their butt crack or something like that. It was long.
Was it guys or girls?
It was a girl.
Well, then she doesn't do anything to her hair.
Okay.
So actually, I don't actually do anything to my hair. Fun fact about this. So I got sick a couple years ago, and so I had to cut my hair off, and my hair was literally like right here. I had a weird bob.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, everything like came to be and I was well and everything was clear. So then before that, I had extensions put in just to like make my hair more full. And then after that, I took them out, and my hair extensions have been out for probably about a year. And I've been a year clean on my scans and stuff. So I'm all good. And so this is my real hair.
So why did you have to take a sip of White Claw to talk about your childhood? Was it rough?
Didn't have the, Home Alone childhood everyone has.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So are your parents still married?
Yeah.
Mine have been divorced since I was 7.
I heard at a younger age. I heard it's worse at a teenager age, but I heard it's a lot worse for, like 9 and under. So was that a rough situation for you?
So by the way, we're gonna edit out some of these comments. By the way, okay?
Let me know which ones, and I'll do it. It's cool.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel comfortable talking about this, we can go to something else.
No, I do.
I just want to get you on to tell the full story.
I get started talking and I forget what I say.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, now I'm going to think about it. All right. So yeah, no, I am from, well, technically, I'm from Glencoe, Alabama. All right, that's where I went to high
Okay.
school. Glencoe High School, Yellow Jackets. There were literally, when I graduated high school, from 9th to 12th grade, there were, I think, like maybe 400 people in our whole school. In my grade, I think there was 89 or 90. So we are,
Wow.
we were, and that was public school. We were a public school. My town, obviously, Glencoe, is here. Let me show you this.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this the best I can. People are like, "Oh, I'm from a small town." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm from a small town. I get it." They're like, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm from a small town," and then they're like, "Oh, I'm from somewhere outside of Athens." I'm like, "Okay, cool, bye."
Yeah.
That's my town. That's how far my town is. There's a welcome sign, 2 red lights.
Yeah.
And then it says, "Thank you for visiting Glencoe."
That's kind of. Go ahead.
In between this
Mm-hmm.
is an Exxon, a Chevron, a Tiger Mart. Big Chief is over here. You had an old school movie theater. There was a Subway that's now being repaired, apparently. And if you get right here, there's a Mexican restaurant. And my grandmother lives all the way over here. My high school is right there.
So it was all in this one general area.
You could drive through, into, and out of Glencoe within 10 minutes.
Well, I think I got you beat, Jess. It would be for me.
Show you this. Hold on. So that was my high school.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I got excited with the distance. That was my
No,
high
you're good.
That was my high school. By the way, so we updated like 15 years ago when I was in school. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
God. Oh, that hurts to say. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't even like that. Ugh. All right. So if you go back to Glencoe, so the elementary school is right here across from the first red light. If you actually go, there's a train track right here. And you have to cross the train track to get to the elementary school. Then you go across, and that's the middle school. That's Glencoe Middle, which is connected by an awning to the high school. So it's K through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12. That's it. Welcome to my town.
Like I said, I think I have you beat because I grew up in a town that I call my home, and you literally walk into it, and you can walk past it. Probably take you about 2.5, 3 minutes to walk through it because there's only one little store right here. No red lights, no stop, maybe 1 or 2 stop signs. That's really about it. And you look it up online, nowhere there. It's the next town over or the next town here. It doesn't even register on the map.
See, they don't show Glencoe on the map. They show Gadsden.
Yeah. They don't show Carnes on the map. They show Wiggins. So.
Also, fun fact. When I was in high school, the number one place to go hang out was?
Pizza Hut. Well, you didn't have a Pizza Hut. Mexican restaurant.
Oh, no. We're from Alabama. Take it.
I don't know. You.
You are not guessing hard enough, sir.
Oh, the gas station. I mean, you got to give me a little something here. I know you didn't hang out at your high school at night.
No, only the night before.
Okay. So what's the answer? Where'd you hang out?
Well, one, if you're from the dreaded HB town, it was called Pig, which is short for what?
Piggly Wiggly. Went there today, actually.
Nice. Touche.
Gotcha.
We do not
have right across town.
We do not have Piggly Wigglies in Nashville, and I swear to God, if we did, I would love it. I would love it.
Now, let me ask you, Alabama, how, because I'm right here in Mississippi, so we're not far, but where is Gadsden at? Where yeah, me too.
All right, so
kind of where is this town at?
Right here. So, do you know where Huntsville is?
Yes.
All right. I use this as a map for everyone. Huntsville, an hour south is Gadsden, 45 minutes south is Birmingham. We're literally in the middle. We're right off of 65. If you go through Huntsville to go to Birmingham, you have to pass the exit to go to Gadsden. Like, you have to go by Gadsden.
Did you guys, I don't know if there's one here, but what things do you remember, like, in Alabama that you don't have in Nashville that you miss? What are some places that, like, really? That's it?
I mean, when I was like 21, I lived directly behind a Piggly Wiggly on the next road behind it. And so, I mean, it was super easy to go, like, just walk and get my groceries. I haven't seen a Piggly Wiggly unless I go back to Alabama. They don't exist. Also, Jack's. Yes.
Like Jack in the Box? Is that what you're talking about? Jack in the Box? Or something like that?
No.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Jack's, I don't know what that is.
It's because you live in Mississippi. Jack's is in Alabama.
Okay.
It's only in, like, the Tryon corner of Georgia. Jack's.
Okay. Jack's.
Greatest thing ever. Sausage, biscuit, and gravy. Yes, absolutely. And you can get a plate dinner. I mean, when I would go hunting and then we would come out of the woods at like 11 o'clock, I'd go get like a plate from Jack's. Yes, absolutely.
Did you guys have awards there? That may just be general Mississippi. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Here, I'm drinking out of a Ward's cup right now.
What is Ward's?
Did you have one of those? Okay, well, I guess you didn't then. It's a fast food restaurant, and they are famous for their chili cheeseburgers.
We had one Whataburger, and it was in Birmingham. And I'm not going to lie to everyone watching this, I really don't care. Don't care. Not really a fan of Whataburger. Really think In-N-Out is crap too, so said what I said.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Whataburger that much. I've ate there twice, maybe, and just to say I've ate there. Don't know what In-N-Out is. I'm guessing it's an inside-out burger. I guess I don't know.
In-N-Out is like a California thing. It's like In-N-Out. You go.
Okay.
Like the staple of California. Like if you go to In-N-Out, it's Holy Grail of cheeseburgers and nonsense. But then you get fries, and you can get them like animal style, and it comes with Thousand Island dressing on top of your fries and chopped onions. 1, onions are disgusting. 2, I hate Thousand Island dressing. So none of that is relevant to me.
Well, I like both of those, but I don't think I would want it on my fries.
It's disgusting.
I don't like mayonnaise.
Watches this, you can cuss at me all you want. You can downgrade me and do whatever you want. I don't care. I pay my own taxes, so I said what I said, and I stand behind what I said.
So, I'm guessing you have an essential job because you're working. So, have you worked throughout the pandemic, or have you just not recently gone back?
I never stopped working.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Do you want to say what you do? Because I'm just curious. You don't have to. I'm just curious.
I mean, I'm a
no.
Kidding. I'm
Take
just
that
kidding.
as a no.
Yeah, no. I mean, I would like to tell you, but I don't want to tell everyone else.
Okay, that's fine. That works. So is that a Star Wars tattoo on your wrist or your forearm?
Like, my job isn't a bad job. It's just some people might not see it as a job. But I work 60 plus hours a week. Like last week, I worked 77 hours, and so it's just
at your normal job, not being an artist and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, this is just my job. I'm literally at my job right now.
Okay. All right.
It is a Star Wars tattoo. May the Force be with you.
So I'm saying you were either drunk and got the tattoo, or you're a fan of tattoo.
Well, no, I have 9, but I'm also extremely obsessed with Star Wars.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this.
Don't ask me which one my favorite one is. Don't ask me.
I'm not. I recently watched Star Wars probably 4 or 5 months ago. I watched them all from, the ones from the 70s and 80s, and then went back to watch the prequels. What did you think about how they ended it with the rise of Skywalker? Because I absolutely think
that's fine. Hold on.
That it was bad. I think
I have to brief myself.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I've never seen them before until now, till a couple months ago. Awkward silence, as if you're watching it on or listening to it on a podcast, there's awkward silence.
Oh, there is, because I am literally on a soulful level offended the fact that you have never seen the greatest trilogy of movies ever made.
I disagree, but
what?
Okay.
What are you, a Harry Potter fan?
Never seen those.
I'm done. I'm done with you right now. I can't do it.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
No, I think Star Wars is good, but I don't think it's the best series of all time. My opinion, I don't. I think Marvel has them beat by far.
Okay, 1, completely obsessed with Marvel. I will give you that. However,
Okay.
No, you cannot beat a 50-year-long running transition of movies that people that are literally in their late 40s and then literally are 14 years old still wanting to go see. Because guess what? Marvel didn't make movies that have lasted that long that people wanted to go see. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I can argue that with comic book nerds that want to see the movies done right at 40 years old and at 13 want to see them.
Also,
I can make that argument as well.
However, I do read the comic books, and no, it's like reading a book. It's like reading the 50 Shades of Grey book and then watching the movie. Nothing is ever the same thing as a movie. It's like reading the Twilight books and then watching the movie, which I, again, was unhealthily obsessed with, but however, they're not the same. Also, reoccur it and bring it back in. Hunger Games. The books are not the same thing as the movie. And by the way, they're coming out with a new Hunger Games, and there's not a new book for that. So, ha!
I agree. I thought the Hunger Games books were great. The movies were good. Twilight, I think I read the first book. Oh, the movies were really good. But I thought the books were way better though. I did, but
Okay,
I'm a book nerd,
the
so
books,
maybe.
okay. See, here's the thing though. I'm a book person, so I like to read the books
Hmm.
and then watch the movie because clearly the movie
Me
is going to be
too.
a disappointment, obviously. So, because when you
Okay.
read a book, you use your imagination and you have this mindset going into watching this movie because you've read this book and you're like, oh, well, this is how this is supposed to be and this is how I saw it and this is why it's supposed to look like this. No, it's not supposed to look like this, but this is what it looks like. This is what you thought it was supposed to look like. And so that's where a lot of people get like so irate and everything. And they're like, oh, well, the movie sucked. The book was better. I'm like, well, the only reason you think the book was better was because you built this image up in your mind of how you thought it should be. And then when you saw the movie,
Right.
you didn't agree with it. But at the same time, the movie went directly along with the book. So why are you complaining?
See, I don't get irate about the books turning into movies. I get irate about like biopics. Like if they're not following along with the story of how it really happened, I get irritated. Like the Queen story. It didn't really happen overnight, but there's nothing I can complain about because it's Hollywood. They're going to change it for the sake of the fans. Don't
Which
you think
queen
they
are
have
we
to?
talking about?
What was that?
Which queen are we talking about?
Queen the band, Freddie Mercury.
Okay, good. I'm glad. All right, good. Glad we're on the same schedule.
What Queen were you
Great.
talking about?
Well, you said the Queen movie. I was like, because
The Queen movie, yeah.
well, there's a documentary out about, the Queen of England. So that's what I was like, wait,
Oh, okay. No, no, I didn't know that. Okay. No, no, Bohemian Rhapsody.
dude, Bohemian Rhapsody is a fucking life changer.
The movie or the song?
The movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
That movie is
It's
so
a,
good.
it is good, but once you know the real story, like, do you know who Sacha Baron Cohen is?
Yes.
He was going to direct the movie to be exactly like it was in real life. Like he actually had little people with tables on their heads going around with cocaine on them because that's really how Freddie Mercury was.
Well,
And
I mean, yeah,
they were.
but you can't do that though.
Why can't you? There's no rule on that.
Um,
You can write a book about it, can't you? Why can't you make a movie about it?
well, I mean, it's called Hollywood and it's called funders and it's called, sponsors and it's literally
Put it out independently. Put it out independently and
then
have
it's
no
going to
say
end
about
up
it at all.
in a weird section on Netflix and no one's going to watch it.
Well, The Dirt was on Netflix about Motley Crue, and a lot of people watched that.
Motley Crue.
Yeah, I enjoy Motley Crue every now and then. They're okay. Not my favorite. So, anyways, you grew up on like
Somebody's got
Elvis and
something
Patsy Cline and Johnny Cash.
Somebody's got
What
something
now?
in the background.
Yeah, my nephew's making noise. Yeah. What did you think of the Johnny Cash
I'm
movie?
not going to lie. Is there any way that we could pause this for a second?
Sure. I don't know how to pause it on here, but I think you can do whatever you need to do.
Great.
Okay. Okay, you're cool.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
No, we're cool. I'm gonna write down this timestamp.
Had to,
Okay. I get you. You have to tell your business.
Awesome.
It's cool. So,
I haven't eaten
going back to your child
hours.
today. What were you? Central Time, Eastern Time? What? Oh, you're in Nashville. You're Central. That's right. Nashville, you're Central. So, here's what I found interesting. Your mom loved 80s rock, but then you grew up on like country music. How did that happen?
All right, so my mom loves 80s rock. My dad also loves 80s rock, but also country music.
Oh, okay.
So, but at the same time, my grandparents, so I have a Mimi and I have a Ninny. One is spelled Mimi, the other one is spelled Nini. So my Mimi is my dad's mom. My Ninny is my mom's mom. So my dad's mom, my Mimi, is a really big Christian lady. Like, I love that woman to death with all my heart and soul.
Okay.
Like, that woman helped raise me. She is my forever. My Ninny is also a huge part of my life. I love that woman to death. She's where I get the red in my hair. My Ninny is a huge ginger, and I love my Ninny to death. Like, my Ninny is my Ninny. And so I know it sounds really weird saying.
I can only imagine you being 3 or 4 and, whining and going, I want my Ninny, and just wondering what the people in Walmart or the people in Wiggly are saying or trying to sing in their head.
Oh, well, if it makes you feel any better, my Ninny's mom, my mother had called her Nana for like 10 years.
Okay.
And then I came along and I was born, and I named my Ninny's mother Mango.
Okay.
No idea.
Why?
When I came along, her name was Mango, and that was it. She was stuck with Mango.
Did you have a fascination with mangoes?
No, I'd never
Was that
had
your favorite
mango
fruit?
I'd never had a mango in my life. I just named her Mango. So,
all right.
On that topic, they both listen to older country.
Mm.
But the funniest thing is I can remember my dad, he had a tape in his single cab red Toyota truck. And it was, for anybody that's like 30 to 40 to 50 years old, you're going to remember who this was. Samantha Fox. And the song was Touch Me. And it's like, oh, touch me. I want to feel your body. It's Samantha Fox. And everyone's going to, oh my God, my dad loved that song. No one knows who Samantha
On a count of 3. No, but I knew the song.
You know the song, Touch Me?
I knew it when you started to sing it. I wasn't familiar when you said Samantha Fox Touch Me, but once you started, I knew what it was.
I want to feel your body right here. I mean, I can only remember. Right. It's like, one next to mine. Touch me. I want to feel your body. It literally is like, that's all I can hear. And every time I think about that, I go back and I look up that song. And I'm just like, oh, God. Because I remember how it starts. I was like, touch me. I want to feel your body. And I can't even think of the words right now. It's like, Be next to mine. I can't even think about it, but yeah. So I grew up with that,
but
at the same time, I grew up with my ninny listening to the radio station back home, and it was an AM radio station, and it was WGAD 1350 AM, and it played nothing but the oldies, and I love the oldies. And so that's why one of my cover songs, is an oldie song. Like actually a couple of them are. And I mean, like one of them is like, when the night has come and the land is down and the moon.
Good old Stand By Me, huh?
Is the only thing that we'll see. So I mean, I love all of those. So it just all kind of meshed together. And then when I was growing up, CMT was still a thing. Every morning at 6 a.m., you got up.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was when MTV was still a thing. You got up at 6 a.m. You saw actual music videos on there. And so I remember watching CMT every morning and watching, Travis Tritt,
got his rice cooking in the microwave, huh?
Dreaming. Like, that's one of the saddest music videos I've ever seen in my life. And then,
I think his Anymore is sadder than that one, wouldn't you think?
Which one?
Anymore. Remember, he was hurt in the military.
No, I would say Tell Me I Was Dreaming.
Okay.
She falls in and she's pregnant, and then she has a baby,
right.
And she dies, and he's in a wheelchair.
That's true. But I was on my phone. I wasn't being rude. I was looking up the lyrics to "Touch Me" from Samantha Fox here, and you were right. It was "Touch Me, touch me. I want to feel your body, your heartbeat next to mine." Yeah, that's right.
Next to mine. Yes, I knew it.
Kill
it. And that was from 40 years ago.
So, on the count of 3, or when you finish chewing your pizza, give me your favorite 80s rock band. I'll give you mine. Mine's Aerosmith. Without a doubt, favorite band of all time, Aerosmith. But you could categorize them as a 70s band as well. But
wait, are we favorite 80s band or
favorite 80s? Let's do 80s rock band. Let's do that.
Can it be? Is it one person or multiple people?
Whatever you feel comfortable. Whatever is your 80s rock person. It could be a band. It could be like Pat Benatar or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that a clue or what?
Oh wait, no, crap! I gotta make sure this is in the.
I'll fact check you. So if you say anything, I'll just fact check you and see if you get it right or wrong. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, people, I would suggest you go over to the YouTube page and watch it on video because there's a lot going on here.
It's a trip. And I have to make sure that I'm right now. I know I'm right. I don't even have to look this up. This came out the year before I was born, so this is my favorite. Well, this is my favorite movie besides Tombstone. So solid movie choice.
Okay.
My car is actually
my
car is actually legally registered as Doc Holliday.
Really?
My favorite human being of all time. Huge Tombstone fan.
I've seen it a couple times. I like the Sam Elliott character because I'm a big Sam Elliott fan. So it was kind of, here we go again.
You getting the eyebrow now.
We get the rock eyebrow. Can you do can you smell what the rock is cooking? Can you do that little
Can you
smell little thing?
I was alive for that. Thank you. All right, so on the count of 3, are we going to sing our songs, or do you want to go first and then me?
Let's go. You go first. You go.
You can only do like 2 to 3 seconds. Don't worry.
Oh, we're gonna sing it. I don't know if I'm down for that. I'm not a singer. You're the singer, not me. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Highway to the danger zone. Gonna take it right in through the danger zone. Name that movie. Sam Hill of everything and a past where Jesus
give me a
off his
second.
sandals.
Top Gun.
Oh, I was about to have to label you communist.
I told you I had to give me a second. I seen Tom Cruise. You had to give me a second. Had to give me a second.
Ooh, son, I was about to have to put you on the no-fly list.
Are you gonna go see the second one, Maverick, or if it ever comes out?
Okay, 1, Maverick is a holy name. 2,
okay.
Yes, I will, because Tom Cruise is in it. And it depends on whether or not I like both of the previews.
Okay, what is your stance on Tom Cruise as an actor?
Top Gun is one of those movies that you literally just can't cut. Like, Dumb and Dumber, obviously, I love that movie. I know every word to that movie. Dumb and Dumber 2, stupid. The movie was terrible.
Now, when you say 2, are you talking about the one with Jim Carrey or the one they made like the early 2000s?
Yeah, no, the one with Jim Carrey. It was just terrible. They should have just stopped.
It was a stinker. It was a stinker. It was so terrible. Bad. Because I look at the first Dumb and Dumber as a piece of comedic history that I love, and I know every word to it, front and back.
Historic milestone. Like, it's, to me, that movie is right alongside, Top Gun.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. That's true. I was going to say Step Brothers, but I didn't know if you were going to scold me for that.
No, okay. Step Brothers is one of the best comedy movies out there, in my opinion.
It's all right. Well, you can call me Nighthawk. That's what I thought. No rebuttal.
It was so funny. Last time I laughed at that, I fell off my dinosaur. Got to come back for that.
Shh. Go wake the neighbors.
There's so many good one-liners in that movie that it's not even funny. Like, we're just having to sit here and think.
Fill a pillowcase full of bars of soap.
And beat the out of you with it.
You curly-headed.
I don't agree with you that Top Gun is one of the best movies out there. I think it's really, really good.
End button?
But
where's the end button?
It's that little red with the phone on it right there.
All right. Well, bye. Okay, bye. Bye-bye. Night-night.
Bye. See you later. All right, cool.
All right, I'm bye.
Okay.
Top Gun is a piece
But do you think
Goose died?
No, it's good.
We all need to take a moment of peace and silence for that. All right, we're back.
All right, time's up. All right. But do you think, and the reason I'm asking this is, I'm always against making sequels years after the original. Because, like, Dumb and Dumber was a stinker. Now, will this live up to the hype of Top Gun?
Absolutely not. In no way, shape, form, or fashion.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
Right now, Top Gun is one of the most perfect movies of the 80s. Not only did you get Tom Cruise in his prime, but you got Goose, by the way, ER. Then you got Val Kilmer, who was fucking phenomenal and looked like a hot piece of yes, thank you. Now, not so much. But at the same time, then you get the volleyball scene. You get Playing with the Boys. Like, that is one of the greatest songs and scenes known to female history. If you play that scene, in front of my mom, she will lose her shit.
Yeah. I was recently, or actually this morning, because I do like a movie review before every podcast, just because I'm just a big movie fan. And I went out of my comfort zone and I watched this movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I have never watched that movie.
Let me tell you something. I got so irritated at it because I got so confused, and I just can't tell if it was a great movie or not, just because of how it happened.
I'm sorry.
Tell me this. Tell me this. You're gonna understand why I'm confused.
I'm confused on the fact how the you just watched this movie. This movie came out in like 2002.
It's a chick flick.
Well, you know what?
I don't watch chick flicks.
Maybe you start.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days
maybe I
is a predominant movie among all females. And I'm not like a typical female to where it's like, oh my God, I'm just going to sit here and watch this movie 14 times in a row. No. But I have seen that movie, and it is a great movie. And you do not let the lovebird die.
Well, let me ask you this. Here's where my confusion struck. Do you remember in the beginning where the two female ladies were coming up to Matthew McConaughey, and they were like, hey, we're in for you, we're rooting for you. But then at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, they came to his two best friends and said that she was in on the whole plot. I'm confused. There was never any mention of why it happened. They never explained it. So that's where the confusion hits.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and explain this to you in 8 words. Ready?
Okay.
How to lose a guy in 10 days.
I understand, but it wasn't that the article she was doing, though? And he was trying to get a promotion, so he was doing the same thing.
Okay,
but the two females.
The girls knew. The girls knew what she was doing. Of course, they're not going to be over here like, oh, you should get with him. Oh, he's amazing. He's so sweet. Hell no. They're females. They're backing their girl. They're going to be like, nah, I'm good.
But did they know that she was doing the same thing that he was doing to her? Because they had no connection with her. They just had it for Matthew McConaughey. That's where my point comes in.
That's the thing. Neither side knew about the other side.
Exactly. So why in the world did they do it?
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen what?
Have you ever seen Sleepless in Seattle?
Yeah, with Tom Hanks.
Thank you. Have you ever seen P.S. I Love You?
I don't think so. I mean, we're talking about chick flicks here. I don't watch those. On the exception of an Ashton Kutcher movie.
P.S. I Love You has Gerard Butler in it.
Well, let me write these down, and I will do the review on these later. Let me write these down.
Dude, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, P.S. I Love You is one of the most fantastic movies. It won...
From a woman's perspective or just in general?
From a woman's perspective, but at the same time, P.S. I Love You is still on Netflix, and it came out like 2012.
Okay. So is it another? Let me guess. Because it's a romance movie. Let me guess. Somehow they fall in love. The girl comes back to her hometown. She falls in love with this guy. They date for a while. They break up. Then
you're already wrong.
Really.
Like from 2 seconds into that, you're already wrong.
How about he writes her love letters and signs a P.S. I love you? Something tragic happens.
Wait, are we talking about in the beginning or the end?
Just in general, the movie.
Yes.
Okay.
But on that forefront, you have to understand where the letters come from.
Okay.
It's actually a really sad movie, but it's a good movie. It has Hilary Swank in it.
I don't think I know who that. Wait, do I know who that is? I don't think I know who that. I know who Gerard Butler is, but I don't think I know who Hilary Swank is. What has she played in? Besides this movie that no one's seen. Let me look her up right now. I have only seen one movie with her in it.
Hilary Swank? That's wrong.
I've only seen the $1 Million Baby. That's the only movie I've seen with her in it.
All right. We need to get back to the music and wrap this up. This is
okay.
gone on for like almost an hour and a half.
Yeah, we've been going. Which is my apologies. I just tend to ramble sometimes. But
I do too.
Real quick, I'm a big Elvis fan as well as you. What is your favorite Elvis song? Do you have one?
My mom is an obsessed Elvis fan. Like loves Elvis. And like I can hear it in my head, but I can't tell you right now. I know it sounds really weird.
Give me the melody. Can you give me the melody? Because I am probably the biggest Elvis fan as well.
It's like I can't.
Okay.
It's a slower song. If I heard it, I would be able to tell you.
In the Ghetto, always on my mind. Love Me Tender. Let's see here.
Might be it.
Love Me Tender, Love Me True. All My Life Fulfilled.
Hold on. No, it's what is that song? It's an Elvis song that everyone covers. It's
Can't Help Falling in Love. Are You Lonesome Tonight?
That's it.
That's my favorite Elvis song.
'Cause I can't
There you go.
help falling in love with you. That's it.
That's the greatest Elvis song, in my opinion, of all time.
Yes.
Okay, so got that out of the way. Let's go to here is something interesting. When Anything But Your Name. So you're sitting at Logan's one day, and then you wrote the song on the back of a Walmart receipt because you titled it by saying you don't want to call the guy anything but his name, or you want to call the guy anything but his name, and the guy was like, "Hey, just call it that." Am I right? Somewhat.
Okay, so actually, yeah. So me and my co-writer Tom were sitting at Logan's one day, and I pulled out this receipt for my bag, for my purse, and I was like, I want to write a song. And he was like, okay, what about? And I was like, well, I'm kind of pissed, but I'm not. Well, you know what? Ugh, I'm not mad. Not worth it. And so he was like, well, what was his name? And I was like, I don't even want to say his name. And he goes, well, what do you want to call him? And I said, well, I want to call him anything but his name. And he goes, that right there is a song. And so right there on the back of I think it might have actually been a CVS receipt, like a Walmart receipt or something like that, but it was a really long receipt that I had at a Logan's restaurant at like a table for two. I sat there and wrote anything but your name, and we wrote it in probably like an hour and a half while we were eating lunch. And from that, I just decided to go with it, and that's where it went.
So you were mad, agitated, irritated, whatever you want to call it. Was it hard to get those lyrics on paper, or was it easy? Because I know sometimes, like you said, you can just forget stuff and say stuff.
It was very okay. So the I Got Wasted was easy to get on paper after I finally got around to getting it on paper. The Anything But Your Name was easy to get on paper because I just took all of that, like, not aggression, but just like discomfort and kind of agitation, I guess you could call it. And I just put it on paper, and then that's where a song came. But the Easier Than Saying Goodbye was a song that I couldn't put into words for myself. And when I heard that song, I was like, this is what I've been like feeling. This is what I've been thinking. This is what I've been like telling myself late at night. This is what I've been hearing in the back of my head. This is it. So the Anything But Your Name, it just kind of came out of nowhere. And it was just kind of like a here I am. This is my first thing. Like, not I'm mad, but I'm frustrated, and this is what I want to say, kind of thing, if that makes sense.
So what comes first, or does it depend? Is it the lyrics or is it the melody? Because a lot of people can do a melody, and then they just have trouble putting lyrics down.
So with me, I don't play the guitar. I'm not really inclined. So to me,
so can you read notes though? You said you can't play guitar.
No, I can't read music.
So how do you? So if you wrote "I Got Wasted" by yourself, who did the music?
So I wrote it. I wrote it.
Oh, right.
And then so the process is I write it. I write a song, and I have a book of songs actually that I write. So basically, it's like me writing, if some people want to call it poetry, but it's not poetry because it's in the song. It's in the form of songs. And so I write down everything in the form of songs. I don't just write down like scribble and scrabble and, like poems or haikus or anything like that. Like, I know what I'm writing. Like, I write a verse and a chorus and a verse, like all of that. Like, I know what I'm writing. And I get in my head how I want it to sound. And then I go to my either producer or a guitar player that works with me. And I'm like, hey, like, I have this. This is how I want it to sound. And then we go from there, basically. And so I do have a guitar. I bought a guitar like 9 years ago, but I do not play it. I know 3 chords. But so the process.
Well, then you do know how to play it to a certain extent.
No, I only know 3 chords. I do not know how to play my guitar. Not to get it twisted.
Yeah. So what, when you get into I want to know your process real quick as we wind down here. What is your process? Do you have to have something like, or can you just look at something and go, okay, I want to write about this paper bag in the drawer? Can you
No,
see it and just
no,
picture a story, or you have to go through something kind of like,
no. See, like my thing is again, like I said earlier, all of my songs and everything that I write comes
you've
from
been through?
personal experiences, like, lifetime events or things that, like, not only I've been through, but my family have been through. Like I've been through with my family. It's things that I relate to, but also things that I know that other people can relate to. And so not only did I put out this new song called I Got Wasted, which is a song that all females are gonna love, but I do have a couple songs in my book. There's one. It talks about being a female country artist in this industry and how it's basically everyone looks at your face and not your voice. And
Right.
then I have one. It's I actually have one that I want to put out next, but I can't bring myself to. It's I haven't decided whether or not I wanted to name it yet or not. What I want to name it, but it's called like Headstone, or they're like our headstone. But it
Mm-hmm.
talks about how basically it's a story song, and I'm a huge fan of story songs. And so this one basically talks about how this girl meets this guy, and it's not just like any, but it develops into this, and it tells about how it starts off with this, and it basically says, she's here for him whenever he needs her. She's always there. She's always waiting with a smile. And then the
Mm-hmm.
second chorus is like, she's always there. She's always waiting, with the kids, or, she's waiting, for him to get home. And then the third and final is she's always waiting, and she's sitting at this rock of stone, and she's just waiting
Wow.
until
Okay.
she can go back home.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to name that either.
When you actually,
I always.
when you actually read it, it's extremely powerful, and the song is. I think what I'm gonna call it is Wall of Flowers,
Okay. I
because
always enjoy.
I know
I
that
always.
my grandfather and my grandmother, or my great grandmother, are built in the wall.
Okay.
And when you walk up, there's just that thing that you can put the flower in.
Right.
And so that's the Wall of Flowers. So I think I'm going to call it Wall of Flowers.
I think that would. I think that would throw people off, like in a good way.
Yeah, you never want to know what's coming in a song.
Right. So, like I said, as we wind down here, what has been? Is there ever a song that you've written or plan on writing that's just so nitty and gritty, and you want to get it out, but you don't know how to say it, so you put it down on words and hope that, and you know that you're never going to release it. Has it ever happened, or will it? Do you think it'll ever happen? Which I don't think you can tell, into the future, but you never know.
So there's one I wrote, and I mean, I might put it out. I'm not real sure. I don't know how I
Okay.
feel about it. Still kind of trying to figure it all out. I haven't even finished it yet, but it's called So Let's Fight. And
All right.
it's about basically just the assumption of country girls and like country music singers that are females and all this. And it's like, we're supposed to be pretty and we're supposed to like wear our hair all the way, like all the time. And we're supposed to wear makeup and all of this. And we're just supposed to be like, oh no, it's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, no, I'm from Alabama. Okay. My hair looks like this all the time. I have makeup on right now because I'm doing this. And by the way, if you ever disrespect me, I will gut you.
I get you.
So in that song, I write basically about all of the things that it's not about what other females do, but it's about what I do. And it's about how, like, I mean, I worked for NASCAR for 7 years and I love racing. Like, racing is my life. And I mean, I wear a ring that's a wrench, for the love of God. Like, I love racing. And right now, the fact that it's canceled is killing me. But it's like, my favorite beer is Busch and Busch Light. And it's my favorite pastime is hunting. I was sponsored by Realtree and I was on a sportsman show, like on the hunting channel. And I love fishing. Like, I literally have all of the things that we're not supposed to be is what I put into it. And the fact about it is, and like the end of it is like, well, if you don't like it, don't look at it. Because guess what? I am me. I'm who I'm supposed to be. I'm who God made me to be. And if you don't like it, then don't look at it. So don't worry, someone else will.
Yeah, I do this. Me and my podcasting partner, who has a podcast on my network, we do this thing together called "Give Women a Chance," and I would like if you're interested to get you on and just talk about the women in country or just in any platform and how they're rolled over.
I would love to because I have so many stories right now. You have no idea how many stories I have.
It's one of our biggest, since we do it together, it's one of the biggest podcasts we've ever done. Shockingly, is over the top, and it's just, I think you could be one that we could both get along with and knows a lot more than
how many stories I have to tell you.
Okay, well, we'll get you on it. We're booked for the next month or two, but we'll get you on. So, real quick, tell people when your new single "I Got Wasted" is coming out, and then give all your socials and any kind of plugs you want to do.
All right, so yes, I'm so excited. So my brand new single, "I Got Wasted," is supposed to come out Monday, May 4th. And by the way, for all you Star Wars fans,
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. And I did that on purpose. However,
okay.
Yeah, I know I did that on purpose. However, if this virus delays the distribution, it might be the 5th, which it would be sacrilegious. And it would probably be Palpatine's fault. So, on that note,
why would, let me ask you, why would this pandemic, why would that prolong the release?
So it's the virus is prolonging bank account transfers and
okay, it's all because it's all that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah. So it's supposed to come on May the 4th. So yes, everyone go on Spotify and iTunes and Google Play and Apple Music and iHeartRadio and all of the things that you have, and just go download and stream and buy "I Got Wasted" by Jess Paige. Also, I'm on Facebook on my official Facebook page, Jess Paige Official. You don't have to add me as a friend. All you gotta do is go click that little like button. Also, all you gotta do on Instagram is follow Jess Paige Music _ That's me. All you gotta do is click that little follow button and you can follow me and all my music updates, and you will be up to date with everything, including my new release, "I Got Wasted."
Which I'm going to play a clip of that at the end of this podcast. So just made myself a little note because I know I will forget. So I do appreciate you coming back on, Jess. And it's been almost 2 hours, and I'm grateful you came on after that very awkward first time podcast. So
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me back on. Like the first time was awkward, but it was fun, and this time was even more fun. So thank you so much. Again, thank you everyone that's listening and watching. Thank you so much. And I hope you go follow me on Spotify and everything else. God bless. Stay safe. Wash your hands.
There you go. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.